Alright, so this is what we got. Just for record, this is customer's bike. I ended up trading a gas bike I had bought and fixed for this. I was going to sell that bike for about $350, $400. And guy showed me a video of this thing actually moving. Everything said it was good, and you just needed a charger. And well, the whole thing is dead. Number one. Number two, it's a customer's because I'm the one who put that torque arm on there, on the back there. And the battery's fried because somebody hooked a positive and negative together in there. And if you can look, I can't zoom it in, but if you can see it where the connector is, you can see where somebody tried to shoving wires in there and where the metal's deteriorated from arcing. So basically from sparks, from people trying to charge it the way they shouldn't, it's fucked up. So that means the computer down there is probably fried. So basically, if that computer's fried, this whole bike is worth about $50. On top of the fact that it was a customer's and it was stolen. The guy who I got it from, I know he's not the one who stole it, but who the hell knows, how much, how involved he was. I mean, so I asked the kid last night how I know it's stolen. Is that number one, I know whose bike it is, and he would not have parted with it. I did a bunch of repairs on this bike for free. The customer's bike, I did this bike for him a few times. He came in with problems. So, and I take care of the kid. I charge him almost nothing in labor, and if I have parts, I give them to him for free. So I feel bad for the kid because he's got a hard time with the bikes. He's a little rough on him, but and that's the problem. Here's the problem: is I take care of the kid, and I got his stolen bike. I messaged him last night, asked him if he's got the bike. He tells me no, it got stolen. I said, okay, well, I think I have it at the shop. I'm pretty sure it's yours. I remember putting those torque arms in there, so I'm cooking the food for the dog. Anyway, the Grams makes it, and every once in a while she stops by, visits, and not visits now. She just throws it out the window as she's driving by the house, but it's for the dog. But anyway, moral of the story is, it doesn't pay to do good deeds. You know what I mean? I should have just kept the bike and chopped it up in little pieces, because then he says to me, he acts like it's no big deal, and like he tells me he's got a new bike. It's like a mid-drive, it's a more expensive bike, better bike. Every time he keeps upgrading this kid, and I try to explain him things to look for on the original bike. And I was supposed to build him a bike. I was trying to get the part, the parts together for him to do it for real cheap. I was going to take the parts off of the black bike back there and build him a bike, all the electrical components and whatnot, if they were still working, which I haven't even gotten that far yet. But anyway, I'm looking for a suspension bike for the kid, and then he goes and buys this one and never says a word to me anyway. So he contacts me about a month after he has it, and he's got a big nail on the tire, and the pads are shot and a bunch of other stuff. So I have to pay somebody to go pick the bike up and bring it to me, and I got to pay the guy to go drop it off. So the deal was that I do I'll give him the parts and the labor and the pickup for free, and he gives me this, which is fine. Okay, so now bring us to today or yesterday when I get this bike in on trade, and I message him asking him about what happened. Does he still have it? He says no, it was stolen. I tell him, well, I think I have it, and I'm pretty sure it's yours. He's like, that's okay, I got a new one. So he didn't care. And then we were talking a little more, and he acted like, what kind of shape was it? And I was like, well, it don't look bad, but it's probably not functional. I can't turn it on. Somebody got in the battery. I don't know if I showed you guys yet, but the battery, somebody got in there and put wire nuts, because there's supposed to be a key switch in this hole. Somebody got in there and wire nutted positive and negative together. When I plug the battery in, the light should at least come on. It should always power up. Those LiPo batteries, they always, hold enough to at least, flip a switch. You know what I mean? I would think. I never had a problem flipping a switch, turn something on. At least for the light up to see what the voltage is at. And it doesn't do that. The battery and the computer's probably shot, number one. The chain keeps popping. The brake pad keeps falling out of the front. It's whatever it is, what it is. But now that I tell him his bike is here, he's like, well, okay, he doesn't care. But then he says, out of nowhere, he's like, well, I like that bike. I want you to fix that bike. And I was like, all right, well, let me look into it and see what it's going to cost you. You know, it's going to be, oh, no, I gave you that other bike. You gave me a parts bike. The tire, the motor's ripped up. I don't know if you people, for those who aren't familiar with it, the brushless motors on these have all kinds of sensors in them and feedback wires and all kinds of shit. It's not just a simple 2-wire setup. There's probably like 3 main wires and then like 6 or 8 other little sensor wires. And they're all shredded to shit. Plus the frame is worn out, is shot where the thing is, because he didn't have the torque arms on there. What happens is with the torque, that axle will spin and hone out the frame and it won't hold the axle no more, and it just spins and wraps the wires like crazy. It almost coils them, something like how this would look until they break. So that's what happened to it. So I don't even know if the computer will even work properly. I haven't even powered it up yet because the wires are still touching, you know, it's just a mess. So anyway, fast forward, here we are today. So now I have this bike in here. He said that to me, you know, well, I want to fix that one. I said, well, I'm going to look into it. Oh, I gave you that bike. You gave me, it was a parts bike. And I don't know what, you know, there's no way I can fix that thing. You know what I mean? Not for a reasonable amount. So I don't know. Basically, I'm going to end up getting screwed out of this because I'm going to end up just having the cops come pick it up and be done with it because I don't want to deal with it. And the guy who got my bike is obviously fucking, I'm never going to see that bike again. Because that's just how shit works. And even if I do, the kid's probably elbows deep into it by now because it's already been a full day and a half. And that dude likes to customize shit and whatever, and he's not, you know, he don't know what the hell he's doing, to be honest with you. I don't know how much he knows, but I don't think he understands the full concept. I build him, you know what I mean? I got a shop, full shop, you know, it's just, he's a hobbyist, you know what I mean? There's a difference. So now I'm going to be the one who takes the hit. You know, the kid might have took the hit because his bike got stolen. Yeah, well, he has a brand new mid-drive bike that he's not even worried about this bike, but then he wants it fixed. I ain't going to be able to fix it. I don't have the money or the time to back that up. I mean, on my own, it'd end up being just a parts bike like this one is. But, you know, the thing is, like, you know, I take care of that kid all the time, man. This is why, man. I am done doing things for people in this shop where I don't make out, you know what I mean? Because here I helped the kid out for the last 2-3 years, fixing his bike for next to nothing, going and picking it up, paying to have a guy come go pick it up, drop it off, pick it up, drop it off. Every time I got to give the guy $10-20 every time, and I don't charge the kid for that, you know. And it's just, here I am now. And this is just example A, you know what I mean? Example A of what you go through trying to start a business, let alone a business in this in the middle of this COVID shit. Like, no joke, man. I have people that call me and they stop in here and they want to know how to do this. They want to know how to do. I can't even answer my phone anymore. I don't answer my phone. I don't make enough money to have the problem to not be able to answer my phone. I mean, let's be honest. This is ridiculous, man. You know. It's just insane. I wish I could explain to you the aggravation of just this place alone. And all this is just simple, stupid, you know, like I build bikes, I fix cars, I do welding, you know, all kinds of stuff out of here, you know what I mean? So, but it's always, you know, because I'm an off the beaten path kind of place, you know, mom and pop almost shop, this is where everybody comes to try and get a deal. And I always give people a deal. And because I am the way I am, you know, I take everybody at their word. And I get screwed, you know what I mean? I do jobs for free, I work for free, you know, basically, and I got to stop doing that. And, you know, this bike here is about where I draw the line. It's a straw that broke the camel's back. So, I mean, for those of you that hung on this long, I mean, you know, like or leave a comment or let me know what you think about it. You know what I mean? Here is a customer that you know, not any customer is always a customer. You know, they're always customers, but this is just a special candidate customer that I always help out and I feel bad for, you know. And I got his bike on a steal. It was stolen, so I want him to get it, you know, I want him to get it back to begin with. But, you know, now like, you know, he's got another bike and he don't care. And then it's like, well, okay, well then, instead of me going through the rigmarole involving the cops and getting that kid in trouble and losing that kid, other guy's a customer. I know he didn't steal the bike. The kid I got it from did not steal it. I know he didn't. So, I mean, like, what do I do? You know what I mean? Like, it's like, no matter what I do in this situation, I'm gonna lose. So, I don't know. I'll let you know. I'll keep you updated. The best is I had just posted a video yesterday or 2 days ago about how this place is a bicycle chop shop. How funny is that? I had the neighbor kid, another kid that, you know, I give bikes to constantly because he loses them or breaks them or he smashes them. He's, you know, he's my buddy. He's definitely my buddy, so I take care of him. You know, I've been trying to, you know, teach him how to do stuff and letting him learn and, you know, making him work for his bikes now that he's a little older, you know, but, you know, I was just making a joke yesterday or the other day, and I made a video and a post about how this place is a major bicycle chop shop, and I get this in on trade. It's like, you know, you can't even joke about shit like this. I mean, it's just unbelievable. So now I get screwed. The kid the bike got it stolen from, he got screwed. He got a new bike, but he still got screwed. Now, the kid who I get screwed because the bike that I traded for, I'm not going to see probably again. And even if the cops do get involved, I'm sure I won't see it. Or the money that I'm, you know, into it for. And then that kid's going to get screwed. And then hopefully, if we're all going to get screwed, hopefully the original thief who stole the bike gets screwed. I mean, I don't know if they're going to be able to track that down, but I mean, this is just insane over a bike. I mean, it is an $800-900 bike, don't get me wrong. So it is grand theft, and I do believe the police will try and track him down. But in the end, you know, look at how many people get screwed along the line. You know what I mean? Like the kid, you know, he made out. He's got a new bike. Somehow he ended up getting a new bike. And, you know, I'm happy for him, you know. But he, you know, now I'm screwed, and everybody else gets screwed because some jerk-off had to steal a fucking bike. I mean, this is a total, complete joke. Total joke.